A major shakeup in North Carolina elections today. Republicans have now taken control of the State Board of Elections. They fired the elections director and announced plans to push new election integrity efforts. WRAL state government reporter Will Doran was in the room where it all went down. Joins us now to explain the details. Will, just how unusual was this today?
Yeah, Dan, it is normal for the top job to change whenever political control of the board changes. We've seen that plenty of times in recent years, but what's not normal is the way that this has all gone down today. We've seen both sides, Democrats and Republicans, launching negative attacks at each other, basically accusing the other of being the reason why people are losing faith in elections. And amid all of this, the question of who should actually be in control of the elections board is still very much in legal limbo. Even though Democratic Governor Josh Stein is still fighting to keep control of the board, Republicans have also wasted no time after a recent court ruling coming in and making big changes today.
Talk about those changes, Will. So what will be the top priorities here of the election board now moving forward with the new leadership?
Yeah, well, the board's first action today was to fire Karen Brinson Bell, the executive director of the board. She's been in charge of elections in North Carolina since 2019, chosen by then Governor Roy Cooper. Republicans have had her in their sights ever since 2020, however, when she extended the deadline for mail-in ballots in that year's race. President Donald Trump had made mail-in ballots a key part of his claim that the 2020 election was stolen. And even though Trump won North Carolina, Republicans really just never forgave Brinson Bell for that. Today, we heard from Karen Brinson Bell, and she said that, quote, "I hope we return to a time when those who lose elections concede defeat rather than trying to tear down the entire election system." Meanwhile, the board's new chairman, who is conservative activist Francis DeLuca, said he'll push quickly for new changes aimed at fair elections and making voting easy and making sure that we follow the law and ensure there's trust in the election system.
So obviously a big political shakeup here at the election board, but how does this affect the average person, the average voter who heads to the polls in the next election?
Yeah, election officials really run every aspect of voting here in North Carolina. They're in charge of picking what voting machines we use. They're in charge of investigating claims of voter fraud, of campaign finance misdeeds by politicians, of selecting early voting sites, really everything that people see when they go to vote. This board is in charge of deciding.
So big changes coming. We've got a big election coming up next year with the 2026 midterms. For all the WRAL political coverage, you can head to NC Capital's section of WRAL.com. Thank you to Will for that report.